Welcome back to JT on the Go. Today we will be hiking around Chateau des Baux, which is carved on the top of a hill overlooking the valley.
What you're looking at is one of the most dramatic castle ruins in all of France that nobody talks about. These are the ruins of the fortified Les Baux Castle, perched high in the Alpilles mountains of Les Baux-de-Provence in southern France. It was built in the 10th century, and the reason it looks like this today comes down to a single moment, a royal siege in 1632 ordered by Cardinal Richelieu. The primary way to get here is by car. It makes for an excellent day trip from Arles or Avignon. The site sits almost exactly between the two towns, so either works as your base. And on the other side of these ruins, the beautiful village of Les Baux-de-Provence. These ruins are one of the main reasons tourists venture off the beaten path during France's tourist season. But the big question, the one we're here to answer, is this. Is this site actually worth seeing, and do the views justify the trek upward? This adventure is going to tell us. There are plenty of parking spots along the winding road leading up to the ruins. Part of the route from the parking lot area takes you straight through the town center, which is worth slowing down for. Les Baux-de-Provence is full of charming shops and great places to eat. Now here's a pro tip. Come early in the morning or late in the afternoon before closing. You'll have a much better shot at a close parking spot. You'll dodge the worst of the heat and you'll avoid the cruise crowds and tour buses. Trust me, it makes a difference. And here, this is the main entrance to the ruins. The Les Baux Castle sits in the heart of the Alpilles Mountains. It was built here deliberately so defenders can hold the high ground and push back any attack. Today, that same elevation delivers absolutely stunning views of the surrounding mountains. Here is a scale model showing what the fort and castle looked like in its original form before Richelieu reduced it to what you see today. The best times of year to visit are April through June and September through October, the shoulder seasons, when the weather is comfortable and the crowds are manageable. The summer heat here can be brutal, so plan accordingly. Now this is one of the most impressive things on the entire site. A trebuchet, and not just any trebuchet. This is the largest offensive siege engine of the medieval era. Attackers used it to hurl projectiles through stone walls, several meters thick surrounding castles and fortified positions. We're at the northern end of the ruins now, working our way south toward the highest points. Next up, the battering ram. The battering ram was a siege engine specifically designed to break down heavy gates and ramparts of besieged fortresses. Quick note on pricing before we go further. Entry to the site costs €8 or €18 for the Pass Baux-de-Provence combo ticket. Audio guides are included with entry. Parking near Les Baux costs €6 for the first 2 hours, then 50 cents per hour after that. The meters accept both coins and credit cards. Some sections of the ruins feature fascinating cave formations carved right into the rock.
This is part of what you would see when walking through the chateau to get to the ruins. But however, I would like to point out that some parts of the climb are pretty steep, and I recommend you drink plenty of water on a hot summer day like this.
The castle sits 650 feet above the valley floor. Many of the ancient walls are still standing as a testament to the village's proud and turbulent past. And this next spot, this was a place of punishment. 2 posts supported a fixed board with a movable board, the pillory, which held the condemned by their wrists and neck.
If you get in this, get comfy because you might be in here for 5 hours. You'd also get stuff thrown at you if you're accused of theft, or if you did steal stuff.
Now we're heading up. Before we do, a quick warning. Access to the Saracen Tower is challenging. Be extra careful on the way down, and if you're visiting with children, keep a close eye on them. From here, the terrain gets noticeably steeper. Much of this site involves uphill walking, tall steps, and uneven footing good shoes. Ideally, hiking shoes make a real difference. There are some shaded resting spots along the way. And from up here, you can see the Alpilles mountains stretching out seemingly forever. Here's some history worth knowing. In the 11th century, Les Baux was a genuine powerhouse in southern France, controlling roughly 80 towns. The Lord of Baux fought the Counts of Barcelona for control of Provence and eventually lost, but while they were in power, the rulers here were famously ruthless. One of them reportedly enjoyed forcing unransomed prisoners to jump from the castle walls. From up here, you can actually look back and spot sections of the ruins you already walked through, now framed by the mountain scenery. One thing I noticed from the drone footage, these ruins blend almost perfectly into the surrounding rock. The castle and the mountain are practically one. Where we just were is actually not the highest point you can reach. Keep going. Over here you can catch a glimpse of some smaller trebuchets. This area here looks like the castle's chapel. The architecture matches the style you find in historic churches across Europe. On the way back down, it is not completely dark. Lights activate when they sense your presence. These rooms carved into the rock were used to provide domestic services for the castle's inhabitants. There are a few more viewpoints worth stopping at. That red flag flying throughout the ruins, that's the flag of Les Baux. This particular point gives you a slightly better view of the village nestled below. Though be aware that the stairs leading up here are very steep and uneven. The entrance to the very top is easy to miss. It is hidden, tucked away at the far southern end of the ruins. That is where you'll find the stairs. A shaded spot, but with another solid view of the village. Once you round this corner, there it is, the very top. Alright, we made it. So both questions answered. Yes, this site is absolutely worth visiting. It makes for a great day trip from Arles or Avignon. And yes, the views are completely worth the climb.
You can also see the lovely village down below. Magnificent.
Before we wrap up, two more things worth checking out. First, 3 smaller trebuchets we spotted earlier. And this is a large-scale medieval siege engine capable of launching large rocks, Greek fire, and even carrying up to 250 meters. And that wraps up our visit to Les Baux Castle. This site is genuinely worth a day trip from anywhere in the Provence region. The history, the ruins, the views, it all delivers. Subscribe for more off-the-beaten-path destinations across Europe, and follow on TikTok and Instagram for more. There are so many incredible ruins out there worth exploring, and the Les Baux Castle Ruins are absolutely one of them. Until next time.